It's your boy, Emil. My last name is pretty long. My name is Emil, spelled Emil, pronounced Emil like you're eating a meal. Co-founder of APT Cuisines. Here I have with me is
David Mitchell. Very nice to meet you. Grateful for each and every moment. Grateful to be here with my friend Emil.
It's a pleasure to have you on this nice little interview.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing me to ask you a series of questions. I want people to be a witness to who you are and to where you come from and how this lifestyle has changed for you. Well, for starters, this is my man right here. He's been supporting me. He's a loyal supporter, man. I humbly appreciate you. You know, as a small business, starting up a small business by yourself is not so easy. So having your help and many help from others as well too, it means a lot to me. So I thank you so much for that.
The love and thankfulness and gratitude is right back at you, brother, because you have, as much as you say you've helped you, I feel like you've helped me even more.
And that's a win-win situation.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Life is beautiful because you meet a lot of kind souls, and I would definitely say you have been one along the way. It's just this journey itself has led me to meet so many different individuals that are also trying to improve themselves each and every day. And it's inspiring to see. Things that you have told me and things you've done have inspired me in my life. So it's just thank you for being here.
I'm happy to help you, brother. Man.
Of course.
Now I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. I wrote it out over here just so, I can stay on track.
Oh, yeah.
Because you do have an extraordinary. For this year alone, you have came so far, and I want to make sure that people hear you well, so they can see that if he can do it, so can I.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're all human.
And we all have the opportunity to heal ourselves and do what's best, make the right judgment and the right choices. And this man, he has made poor choices, but now he became a wise man and now changed those choices into better judgments. And now you can see him for yourself. He looks good. His skin's glowing and everything like that. Smiles on the 10, So most definitely. The very first question I have for you is, hey, how valuable is health nowadays? Would you say is more valuable than, for instance, money?
What I have heard from many different people, health is wealth. You could be the richest man on the planet, but if you're sick or dying on your bed, or you have cancer, what does all that money do for you? It doesn't. When it comes to how I run my life now, health is number one priority. Even it is a little selfish to say, but family is literally right behind it, because at the end of the day, who do you have but yourself? I want to take care of myself, but at that same point, taking care of myself inspires others to take care of themselves. So, in my eyes, health is just the most important thing you can do for yourself. And there's so many ways to go about it. It's not just like the physical is the most important, but there's also the mental and the spiritual health on top of that. It's the 3D of it all.
I agree with that, most definitely. Because you have a bunch of millionaires nowadays that can't even do 20 push-ups or 10 pull-ups. But for some reason, they think it's alright because they have that small monetary paper that is an excuse for their lack of discipline, for their gluttonous behavior, and it's atrocious to see. Not everybody wants to admit or be quote unquote mean to that, but it is unpleasing to see someone unfit. I'm sure that you've been unfit before, and I'm sure that you get a lot of respect now from a lot of people. I as well. I used to be 245, 5'6", and now I'm 5'9", 185. I did a small 5-day water fast. You told me to do a water fast. I'm like, I'm gonna do a water fast. You told me to because I have leftover tissue from gynecomastia, and I want it to be a testimony to say, hey, I'm actually fasting. This is what I do on a regular day basis. But most definitely, it's really atrocious to find people that are unhealthy, and I would want them to look at me, as you said, as a light, and be able to do better. Because once you know better, you do better, you feel better. It's just really applying that knowledge and applying work. Next question I want to ask: do you think health should be number one of the top 3 priorities, or number one? Do you think health should be one of the number 1 or top 3 priorities?
Oh, absolutely. Like the way I look at it is health is up there, and like I said before, it's not just your physical. Your physical is obviously super important, but your spiritual and your mental health has to be up there. Taking care of your loved ones would be number 2. It's like, and when I say loved ones, that is your mom, your dad. If you have the relationship there, your mom, your dad, your siblings, close friends, acquaintances,
right.
Anybody that it's like loved ones. Love can be spread to anybody. In my eyes, it could be even a stranger. A little smile, a little hello can do that.
Right.
And then number 3 is kind of like your finances, because it is a tool that helps you. There's more reach with the more money you have. But I don't put it above my loved ones or my health.
So you make sure that your first self is healthy.
Yep.
Then you consider your loved ones, the people around you, is healthy.
Yep, absolutely.
Then the only thing last after that is money.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, a lot of people might say, "Well, what about God and stuff like that?" I'm sure you understand that when you put yourself into bettering yourself, you're honoring yourself, respecting yourself. So God Himself, He sees that for you.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. So when it comes down to it, a lot of people are going to say that, and a lot of people, the comments are going to go crazy. He didn't say God, so we don't want to hear all that. So really, it's that when you respect yourself and honor yourself, the Most High, He sees that as respect. He sees that as a gift. He sees that people are going to consider you as a light to them. So most definitely, bro, that's something I even say I agree with that, or I would say myself too. So most definitely, brother, you got the right path.
I just want to say one thing. I did not mention God, but every day when I wake up, I always thank God.
Okay.
I think there's 3 different things I think. I thank God, I thank the universe, and I thank the source. Okay. After that, I thank my ancestors. I always give gratitude because each day is not guaranteed. Okay. And then at the end of the day, I do the same thing. I thank God, the universe, the source, and my ancestors.
You're very grateful for life.
Absolutely, because this can go away just like that. You don't know what time you have over your head that says basically that's your last day here. So each and every moment, it's like, yes, the past is what made you who you are today, and the future is something you look forward to. But the thing you have to focus on the most is each and every moment that you live right now.
Each and every moment. So being present in the moment right now is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Interesting. And how you be present in the moment is by taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Interesting. I agree to that. Now, there's another question here, but tell me about yourself. Who is David Mitchell? Why am I someone who is interviewed? Why are you here today on this little small interview? Tell me about yourself, David Mitchell. Who are you?
It's a very in-depth question. David Mitchell is a name given to me, but I feel like there's more to me than just that. There's, experiences, there's life I've been through that has made me who into I am today. I just try to, at this point in my life, I just try to spread a smile, some happiness, some love to people. If I can inspire even just one person, that's something that David Mitchell would be happy with. But all in all, David Mitchell is just someone who is just trying his best each and every day, trying to become a better man each and every day. Eventually, if I have kids, I just want to be the best example for them so they can learn from my mistakes so they don't have to go through them.
And that's the best gift a father can ever give to the kids, in my opinion as well, too. Pleasure to meet you, David Mitchell. Pleasure to meet you, David Mitchell.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Let's talk about your past a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
What type of lifestyle choices were you living before you decided to clean up?
I wouldn't say I have been through it all, but I've been through a lot. Lifestyle wise, I can say, openly saying this is being vulnerable, I was an alcoholic. I was a pothead or marijuana lover. I was a food addict. I would eat Chick-fil-A, for example. I would eat that 4 to 5 times a week because I would work right next. It would be a place I was at near my job. There's been other. I mean, you can even say there's like other things like sex addict, where it's like, you know, in this society we have now as men, you're looked at better when you have more sex with women.
Yeah, I used to have the same exact mindset. Now I understand that my actions can either break a woman or make a woman better. So
Absolutely.
if you know better, you do better. But some of these men, you know, sorry to cut you off.
No.
I've been on this topic with a lot of my peers, and I've been telling them to stop abusing our women. Maybe then they will have the respect for the men again. You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
And they'll listen to you. There's a good man, and there's a man who thinks his actions is good in other people's eyes, but it's evil. You know, and a lot of people think or tolerate bad behaviors or approaches to women, and they accept that as like, hey, that's just
That's the way the things are.
That's just how the things are. That's how it's supposed to be. But really, you're creating trauma for the woman and generational curses. You know, you can be that light to people, to the woman, or you can be looked as, you know, darkness. You know, I can be vulgar, but I choose not to be because for the sake of the interview. You know,
Absolutely.
I want all people to come to this interview or come to this video and see that, hey, these are two gentlemen who understand life and understand the value of life. These are my juices right here, APT Cuisine juices right now. There's a grape juice. There's the cantaloupe juice, really, really good and really, really awesome for the body. Cleanses the mucus right out the body, you know. Oh, that kind of goes into
Right before you say that, I've ordered these juices many times. This is not, you know, these juices heal. They do. I wouldn't have come back for more if it didn't have a positive effect on my body.
Damn.
And there's 2 other juices that he has. One of them is my favorite, is the green juice. There's a lot of people that I've shared that green juice with. They're not the most fondest of the flavor, but you don't eat for the flavor. You eat to heal or for the betterment of your body. That juice by far is my favorite because you can feel what it does positively for your body.
hey man, I'm even thinking of doing another 5-day fast, but instead of water, I'm thinking about just loading the gallons up with green juice. And then I'm just gonna be taking gallons a day as I'm working out. So I have different methodologies with fasting. How I like to fast the best is 3 ways. If very, very good, very good. How I like to fast is I like to go in the sauna. I like to sweat. I like to jump around, like jump rope, basketball, something to keep my body sweating and active, hitting the weight room as I'm fasting. You know, it actually increases the intensity of the fast. And I like that a lot because I don't like fasting for a long period of time. And I realize when you fast for a long period of time and you don't have a serious chronic disease or illness, it has more of a negative effect to the body. I'm going to go into fasting a little bit. Let's just stay on topic though. So you were someone that was a food addict, a sex addict, binge eating, weed addict, alcoholicism. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Why do you think alcohol is so dangerous now? Why do you think drugs is just not the way to live anymore? You know, you were taught at once like, hey, this is life. This is how life is supposed to be. In your head somewhere, you thought it was normal to do that. You know?
Absolutely.
So, what changed, and why did you have to change, and why is it so detrimental to the people today?
I mean, so basically, since I was the very first drink I think I've ever had was like 12 or 13 years old.
Wow. So let me ask. So you were 12 or 13 at your first drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
But it didn't really become a problem, I would say, until I was 20. Basically, the year of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I was like
2020.
yeah, 2020. So when I was about 25, 26 years old, that's when it became a problem.
Wow.
And it got to the point where I think it was like 2021, 2022. I was drinking every single day.
Whoa.
Drinking every single day.
You were drinking every single day. So how many times within a day would you drink?
So my favorite drink back in the day
Mm-hmm.
was yogurt soju. So you took the soju bottles and you mix it up with yogurt and then you put some Sprite in there.
Wow.
That's
sugar.
That's a concoction of just pure disaster for your body.
Wow.
So there'd be days where I had, days off from work, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, random days throughout the week. I'd wake up, I would be sleeping in until like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. because I was, hungover. I wasn't feeling good. I was like, oh, sleep's gonna make me feel better. Within an hour, that was another thing too. I was a video game addict at that point in time. If there's one thing that media in general, whether it's social media, whether it's television, whether it's video games, that's another addiction that a lot of people don't realize that they're stuck in.
Video games, social media, stuff like the digital aspect. Before these lights, we were always playing outside one time in the wilderness and running around, being joyful and happy. But not everybody's going to understand that, and not everybody's going to come to agree with that. So that's the world today. But most definitely, we do advocate for people to get off their phones, social media, go outside. Well, what's the term nowadays? Touch grass.
Touch grass. Literally.
Touch grass, and really be a part of nature.
Disconnect from the electronics.
Disconnect from the electronics. Go work out. Go work on yourself. Because when you work on yourself, a lot of people are going to respect you for that. A lot of people nowadays would die for their respect. A lot of young generation today, gang banging. They always say, "I'm gonna die for my respect. I'm gonna do this for my respect." I'm trying to say, respect comes naturally. I realize that people are going to respect you of how you carry yourself.
Absolutely.
Good or bad. You have people that vouch and applaud people for their bad behaviors and lifestyles, and you have people like you and I that applaud people for living a better life, becoming the good man and good woman that they are, that they can become.
Absolutely.
So it's all about how you carry yourself and who wants to see you that way. Because there are some people that want to see you in a different type of light, and that type of light I'm talking about is darkness that you were saying. So really, be a better man, be a better woman. Video games, cut it out. Go outside, touch grass. So again,
I'll go back.
Oh yeah, go back. Yeah.
So I would be drinking basically 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and I would have basically. It was to the point where, the recycle bins that they come pick up around Lowell.
Yeah.
It sounded just like a bunch of bottles going in.
Wow.
Yeah, I was probably at a point in time drinking like roughly 10 soju bottles a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 soju bottles
a week. So that's more than one per day.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's so much. Damn, your liver was dying.
Yeah,
Man.
literally. I was literally slowly killing myself, and and what woke me up out of having to drink all the time, I had a traumatic experience.
Okay, let's talk about that.
It was January of 2023. I remember the very first time it happened. I was going out to eat with my friend, like for a birthday party, the Brazilian steakhouse in like Boston and everything. And I didn't really even eat. It's Brazilian steakhouse, that's the thing that everybody looks forward to. Is like, and I didn't really eat, but I drank. And I was like, because that was just something I would do all the time. I didn't really think anything of it. It's like so widely accepted. Alcohol is just widely accepted. But then I remember I was on my way driving home and I felt a sharp pain go throughout the left side of my neck, and it like hit my heart, and I was like,
whoa.
I was like, that woke me up a little bit. And then a couple of days later, it was still radiating, not like super
palpitating.
Yeah, palpitating. And then it was to the point where it was like, I felt like I was having a heart attack.
Interesting. So like a stroke.
Stroke, heart attack, something along those lines. So I called my primary care doctor, and then I got triaged to the nurse. The nurse basically told me, I was honest with her, I was like, do you think I should go to the hospital? Yes or no? And she was like, if you were my son, I would highly suggest you go to the hospital. I go to the hospital, you know, when you're in the hospital, you're not feeling great at all. You're anxious, you're afraid.
You don't know what's going on, you don't know what to expect.
You don't know what to expect. So they basically told me at the end of it all, it was an anxiety attack. My eyes, I don't think it was, because I was experiencing something that I was not comfortable with. So then I continued my habits because I wasn't realizing at that point in time. But your body's your best friend, like you have told me.
Indeed, your body is your best friend.
Yep.
You're gonna live in your body. You were created in your own body. You're gonna live in a body all the way up till you die in your own body. There's nobody but your body that's gonna mind you and consider you as a friend. You know what I'm trying to say? It's you, your body, and God in this world. No matter what it is, that's the number. Those are the most loyal. I wouldn't even say people. That's the most loyal things to happen. Those are the most loyal aspects, I would say, body. I don't really know what to say to that, but they will be loyal to you.
Yep.
Your body and God are always gonna be there for you no matter what. So yes, go on.
I completely agree with the statement you just said. But I think so. Back to the conversation.
You had a stroke and a palpitation.
Yeah. So it was like 2 to 3 days later. I noticed I obviously went to go drink again, and my body.
So right after the hospital.
Right after the hospital, because I wouldn't realize what was causing this. You just think it's like, oh, you kind of listen to these doctors and say, oh, it's just an anxiety attack. So you're like, they make it in a way not to trust yourself.
Yeah.
But then I remember I started drinking and I started feeling like basically like neurological damage in like my fingers and my toes, where it was like it felt like they were falling asleep. Like, you know when you like lie on something too long and start getting that staticky feel? That was just based off of just drinking. And I was like, basically that was January 28th of 2023, and I've been sober ever since. Because I realized at that point in time, I am damaging my body to the point that I might die. And I took that extremely to heart at that point in time, and I was like, okay, I quit drinking. And there was no, it probably would have been better to wean off of it, but at my eyes, I was like, I can't damage my body no more. I have been abusive to my body this whole entire time, and I need to start treating it with love, the love and the respect that it deserves.
Right.
So at that point in time, I had quit drinking, and I realized within like a month or two, I started feeling better. The feeling I was getting in my
the tingling nerve in your nerves was going away.
It was going not entirely, but it probably went away like about 90%. And I was like, okay,
just 90% off you stopping alcohol, not even fasting yet, no juicing, not eating healthy, just you stopping the drinking caused 90% of that tingliness, of that feeling to go away.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to make that clear because a lot of people think that you have to do all these methodologies and everything like that, but it's really the very first step into healing yourself, no matter what illness or disease it is really just stopping that act. Just stopping that act that's causing you to stumble as a stumbling block, from suffering, from pain. It's really stopping whatever is causing, finding out the cause, what's causing that pain, and just stopping. Powerful. Keep going, brother.
I'm going to jump off what basically you just said. It's the discipline that you have to instill within yourself.
Right.
And that basically is self-love.
Right.
Discipline is self-love.
Right.
It's basically saying, no, I don't want that instant gratification that this is giving me. I want the long-term gratification that I know will come one day.
Right.
Yeah. So then at that point in time from the alcohol, I started realizing I was a food addict.
Okay.
At that point in time, I was still smoking every day. I thought it was medicinal. When you come to find out, it's not really medicinal, especially if you smoke it.
Exactly.
But I started realizing, I was like, a lot of the food I'm starting to eat is starting to affect the way I feel too. I would eat meals and I would feel lethargic. I would feel, angry, irritated and stuff. And I started realizing, I was like, these foods are not making me feel right. I'm feeling worse.
You were feeling lethargic and angry.
Yeah.
And it was really just so emotional based when you were eating the food. That's powerful. Go on, keep talking.
So then I think June of 2023, I realized, I was like, okay, I need to start eating cleaner.
Right.
So I basically, at that point in time, 99% of the processed foods, the highly processed foods like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, any type of fast food like that, I basically pulled out of my diet, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
That's so powerful, brother. So you made two conscious decisions into stopping alcohol and stopping fast food when you saw the effect of it having on your body.
Yep.
See, a lot of us, our generation, our younger generation, they'll start to see the signs, but they'll still continue into doing so out of probably sugar addictive. They're still addicted to the sugar.
Yep.
Right. Or they're just heavily influenced by peers and others.
Yep.
But you're telling me that you fought the addiction and overcame the addiction, and you put away the influence from others. I don't know if you're still friends with them or not, but you still told them no out of sake for yourself.
Absolutely.
So those conscious decisions is very powerful. I would say that that's that willpower, the ability to say no to stuff that's pleasurable to your body.
Yep.
If you say no to that, because if you say no, that's already a power move into a first step into healing yourself.
Absolutely.
So I applaud you for that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because a lot of people can't simply just say no.
Yep.
So go on, brother.
That you bring that up. The funniest thing is when I first see this is where the self-love comes into play, where I say you do have to be selfish. Because the very first time I basically announced to loved ones around me that I was going to quit drinking, you know what the reaction was?
What was your reaction?
They started laughing.
They laughed.
They laughed.
So interesting. Your loved ones, meaning your parents.
I'm not going to specify.
Okay, not going to specify.
Yeah.
Okay. People that are around you that love you dearly, that they say they love you dearly.
That I have love for them.
That you have love for them. Okay. So these people they laughed when you said that you were going to stop.
Yep.
The addiction.
Yep.
Why do you think that you were laughing? Do you because they didn't believe in you?
I think it was that. I think it was previous times I would say I would stop. I would, it was kind of like an announcement in a way, but then I would continue to do it. But it was different this time because I realized what I was doing was painful to me, painful to my body, painful to my vessel that God gave me. So it's like I'm creating all this negativity in my life, and then he's like, it helps to announce it to people, to like let people know you're doing something, but at the end of the day, you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself.
Right.
So no matter what anyone says or does, don't let it affect you, because you know deep down that it's right for you and you're helping yourself out.
I hope you're hearing that. Say it again.
I can't remember what I just said because I was so deep down. At the end of the day, I know it's selfish to say, but everything you do is for yourself.
Okay.
No matter, even loved ones. I'm saying, if you have a close relationship with your mom, dad, brother, whoever, your friends, your mentors, it doesn't matter what any of them their influence says, because you have to do it for yourself. You know what's right for yourself at the end of the day. They may laugh at you, they may get angry with you, all of that, but you have to be a little selfish in that sense that you need to do it for yourself.
I agree 100% on that. Now, the two conscious decisions: stopping alcohol, stopping food. What about the weed now?
So in November, so I actually, now that you bring it up, I quit quote unquote weed the summer of 2020. So summer of 2023, the beginning of May, I quit weed.
You quit weed?
Yeah,
okay.
quit quote
okay.
unquote. So basically that whole entire summer I didn't smoke. I felt great. I was like, my mindset had changed so much that I wasn't in a very low vibrational state where I was like, I wasn't anxious, I wasn't angry, I was feeling like more connected in a higher sense, where I was more joyful, more appreciative, more grateful for everything, thanking God every day. But unfortunately, at the end of the summer, I was like, one hit won't do me any harm.
One hit won't affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. In my eyes, I feel like marijuana is a lot more addictive than alcohol because
Ooh.
yes.
Interesting. So you're saying the weed that you see your peers, people, everybody smoking is more addictive than alcohol? Ooh.
For myself, this is my perspective.
Oh, this is your opinion, your perspective.
Yeah, my perspective, my own opinion from what from my experience.
Okay, I would agree to that.
Yep.
I would agree to that. You know, maybe some are different than others. You know,
Absolutely.
Some people probably can stop weed before marijuana, for liquor, or liquor before weed.
Yep.
But I can definitely see that a lot of people will say, "Hey, at least I'm not drinking." But really, what causes you to breathe is the lungs.
Yep.
You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yep.
if you are, the reason why it's so bad, because a lot of people are gonna say, well, marijuana comes from the earth. It's Mary Jane. You know, it comes straight from the ground. You know, what they don't understand is that the marijuana that they're consuming in excess doesn't come from the ground, but it's genetically modified.
It's made basically almost in the lab. I'm not gonna say directly, but I mean, think about the THC levels.
So you have a high THC and low CBD, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
So you have an extreme high THC and low CBD just so people can get high.
Mm-hmm.
But really, in nature, it's supposed to be at an equilibrium,
Mm-hmm.
or even the CBD a little bit higher or the THC a little bit higher. It's not going to be equal all the time,
of course
but
not.
most definitely close levels.
Yep.
Nothing like THC all the time high and CBD level always low. Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that. Interesting. Go on, brother.
So basically, jumping off that sense that you said, the marijuana today is, in my opinion, horrible for you. What I would smoke made me basically feel like brain dead in a way where I just would be sitting there complacent, basically almost like drooling out of the mouth because I was just like, this is nice. It makes, don't get me wrong, it makes you feel nice. It does. I've done it. It makes you feel nice. But it makes you complacent. It makes you not chase your goals. It makes you okay with where you are in life. And most of us are not happy where we are in life. We want to ascend and get to a better place in mind. We all have goals, whether short term, medium term, or long term, that we want to hit. In my eyes, I feel like marijuana kind of takes away from that. It makes you happy with being who you are now, which is, in some senses, it could be, if you're happy with your life, by all means. But I know most of us want to get to a better place.
Right.
So at the end of the summer, I was like, let me take one hit. And by September, October of 2023.
Wait, so we're talking about this past summer?
No, summer of 2020.
Oh, 2023. Summer of 2023, not this past summer.
No. Yeah, summer of 2023, September. I was like, oh, let me take like a little hit. And by the middle of September until the end of November, I was smoking every day again.
Wow.
Because it was a very slippery slope. You're like, oh, I'll do it once. I'll do it once a week. Or I'll do it once almost every couple days. And all of a sudden, you're back into the swing of things where you're doing it all the time. And it's like, oh, there's healthy ways to do it, edibles, this and that. I think it's all the same. Yeah. I think it's because all of it's genetically modified.
Exactly.
It's basically made in the lab.
Exactly. So, no matter what it is, no matter what type of weed strain you think you have, right? A lot of people don't understand. For a plant to be a plant, it has to have a seed. And, you know, me, I used to smoke myself and I used to drink myself. It's probably been like 3 to 4 years now without me weed, a year now without me alcohol. Congratulations. Thank you, I appreciate you. And one thing that I've always remembered is that a lot of us, we would say if the weed has seeds in it, it's quote unquote what we call Reggie. It's that fake weed. But what I come to realize is that if the weed has seeds in it, that's the real weed that your body likes to consume. What they say is Reggie is actually real. What they're consuming is Reggie. So that blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? It was a paradox. You know what I'm saying? It's all reversed. You know. So really, for marijuana to be actually called marijuana, it has to have a seed. It has to have a parent, a mother, and father. Not no father, not no mother, or not. It has to have an origin. Is what I'm trying to tell you. So. Now we talked about the weed, we talked about the liquor, we talked about the food and things to eat. Let's see, not to miss anything.
Can I continue?
Yeah, most definitely. Continue.
So the weed, the end of November is actually going to be a year almost to this day, November 30th, 2023. I had an episode where I felt like I was having a stroke,
Interesting.
like shortly after smoking.
Yeah.
And it put me in a high anxiety state where I almost went to the hospital again for it.
Interesting.
And again, I went back to what I did with alcohol. I was like, this is harming my body. I need to stop. Because if I actually love myself, this instant gratification that I get from this drug is not going to bring me anywhere because I'm just harming myself in the end. Some of the best decisions I've ever made is to quit drinking, going sober on drinking, and going sober on weed. Some of the best decisions. I say, in my eyes, this is just my perspective, quitting weed was the more impactful one. Quitting alcohol was impactful too, but with the quitting of the weed in the last year alone, they're not gonna like you. They're not gonna like you hearing that. They're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like it at all. They're not. But I'm gonna be honest with myself, and there's people I can attest to. I'm in an industry right now where there's a lot of money being made in crypto, and my mentor in that industry has recently quit weed, and he is making tens of thousands of dollars since he quit weed in the last couple of weeks.
Wow.
So
is it because what you were saying that the weed makes you slothful in a way?
Absolutely.
So as soon as he stopped smoking, he had more energy and he had the more time to do more stuff with his business. Interesting. So for all the business owners out there, you're trying to say that even if you do have a business or a successful business, your business can be even more profitable or successful by you just stopping drugs alone, weed alone.
Like I said, this is just my perspective.
It's your perspective and your opinion, right? That's what you're saying, right?
It doesn't apply to everyone. I know there's successful people that have smoked and have drank. I'm not going to say don't do it. To each their own. But in my eyes, to the point where I was doing it so often, so much, yes, it was derailing my life. Yeah,
because this interview is all about you.
Yeah.
We're here to watch a testimony of you. So we're always going to hear your opinion, your perspective. You know what I'm trying to say? If anybody gets offended, then they, if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like this, man. Like we're here for you. You have done a good work, and you have made sure that self-love is the most important thing to attribute to your own life, and I respect that. I see that light. I see you as a man. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't see you as a boy. That's why you know what I'm trying to say? So I have that respect for you because you decided to take care of yourself. A lot of people talk about it, but who's really doing the work? You are, sir. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is all about you again.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Now, please continue.
So like I said, basically December of last year, I seen a lot of improvement. But in the middle of December, I noticed a bump on my leg, and I was a little anxious about it. So eventually, I went to the doctors. All in all, long story short, I got an X-ray, then an MRI, and then eventually I found out it was a benign bone tumor on my leg.
Sheesh.
So at that point in time, again,
say it again. You had a benign bone tumor.
Benign bone tumor.
So you had a tumor.
Yes.
In your left leg.
So at that point, I needed to make a drastic change. So I talked to one of my old friends from high school. His name is Angel Scalera, in charge of Pure Movement. And
shout out to Angel, shout out to Pure Movement. I heard so much about you, man. Hopefully one day I'll be able to shake your hand and see you, man. I think we can do great business, but we'll leave that for another discussion, another topic, another day. But shout out to you, brother, for healing these people, giving the people the herbs, the rightful knowledge for them to heal better. I don't know you, man, but that little respect I have is for you right there. Thank you so much for helping this brother and helping so many people.
Absolutely. I gotta say the same thing, Angel. I've said it before. You saved my life. You're one of the catalysts that has improved my life to this point, and nothing but gratitude and love for you, brother. You already know that, but I have to say it.
Shout out to Pure Movement, man.
Pure Movement right here, man.
Shout out to Pure Movement, man. Go on, brother.
So I went to him, and he basically put me on a program that has changed my life. I went on. He basically has a system in place, but I'm a little impatient at times, and I read a chart wrong that he had, so I started off with the juice fast. 30 days to start it, and don't get me wrong, it was intense, it was difficult. I had cravings for. I basically went vegan like in the middle of January of this year.
Okay.
And going into Pure Movement, I think helped me out a lot. But I think going into that juice fast so rapidly, because he has a way to set it up to ease you more into it, and I was impatient. Those first 2 weeks on that juice fast were intense.
Okay.
I was hitting so many cravings, like to the point where it's like two things that were really a staple in my diet were chicken and eggs. I was craving chicken and eggs to the point where I had to like look at pictures in order to calm myself down because I was craving it that much.
Wow.
So
now, do you think it could have been possibly parasites?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you think it was parasites?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
I think it was a combination of a lot of things, but one of the top things was definitely parasites. I think it's that. I think it's like your habits,
Okay.
your mindset when it comes to certain things. When it's like
Because it's comfortable in that stimulation.
yeah, absolutely.
Right. So your body was more familiar with the eggs, chicken, and everything like that.
Mhm.
You know, that's so funny because a lot of people say it's so hard being vegan, but it's really just breaking a habit of doing something for a very long time.
Absolutely.
You know, for me, I lived a vegan lifestyle almost since birth. You know, I only had an experience with meat for 5 years, but within my whole life, I've been eating clean. You know, to the best of my abilities, because you know it's always something cleaner that you can always do. You know, alkalinity. I never knew about alkaline until like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know about it until I think this year,
This year, right?
Yeah.
So there's always levels and steps into eating cleaner, you know. And everybody might say, well, your definition of clean, not my definition of clean. I'm talking about our clean, I believe our definition is when you clean the body, the organs from waste. If anything, if it causes waste within the body, if it causes dead feces that stays in your body, if it causes mucus, inflammation, disease, that's not clean to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if it causes that, it's not clean. Because a lot of people might be like, well, according to this is clean.
Because people are indoctrinated.
Exactly.
We're indoctrinated.
Exactly. So it's like this, right? I'm not gonna knock them down for it.
Of course not.
But I am gonna tell them, if you're sick and you go to these doctors and they don't fix your problem, you're gonna go to the herbalist.
Yep.
And the herbalist is gonna tell you gotta fast and you can't eat this.
Yep.
You know, so that's what's gonna happen. You know,
it's difficult for people because I've seen many people. I've recommended people to Angel. I've recommended people to you, and I can't do that. That's the first thing. That's like, what do you mean I have to go without me?
You can do anything.
You can do anything. It all starts with a thought,
Exactly.
and a thought leads to an action, and an action leads to a habit,
Exactly.
and a habit leads to a lifestyle.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
That's all. It's just when I tell people, it's like, don't say you can't. Just give it a chance. Be like, possibly. It opens. If you say you can't, you literally close the door.
Exactly.
But if you say possibly, the door remains a little open. And then if you say I can or I will, that door is wide open. Anyone can do anything.
It's just about that effort to
Absolutely.
try.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people just gotta go in and just try.
Absolutely.
And then when they finally go in and try, they'll be like, you know what? I could probably do this. They have thoughts, different trains of thoughts. But they just have to try. They actually have to make that first step.
God gave us free will.
Exactly.
God gave us free will.
Exactly. Whatever you choose to do with it, it's up to you. Right.
Grateful, and very loving for that free will.
Yeah.
God, that's the beauty of it. There's two sides to it. There's free will can be great, and free will can be very bad. It's just the decisions you make have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences aren't bad. They could be good or bad.
They can teach you to do better, or they can teach you this is where you came, and this is where you're gonna go.
Yep.
If you don't change.
Absolutely.
You know, so I second that, man. I agree to that.
Yep.
Yeah, continue on. Is that so just to recap, you're vegan now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you completely cut out everything that harms your body. So I'm talking about, okay, so now there is a notion saying that there's a difference between alkaline and vegan. Now, are you someone that's just only vegan, or are you someone that's alkaline?
I would have to say alkaline.
Okay, so you're alkaline.
Yep.
Okay.
I
So
label myself alkaline, but a lot of people don't know what that is. So I
Yeah.
lean more towards vegan.
vegans, because it's more, people are more familiar with the term vegan.
Exactly.
Now, okay, so alkalinity, it's basically just the pH of the food quality, fruits, vegetables. I'm even hearing now it could be even animals, certain animal cheese, buffalo cheese from Victor Bowman. Shout out to Victor Bowman, Dr. Sebi's son. That will heal the body. There are certain fruits and vegetables that harm the body. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that until I had that knowledge, until I read these books. I'm actually in school right now for this. I'm going to school right now for biochemistry. I am trying to become a food scientist. So
You will do it.
Thank you. I have big plans coming up, and I want to be able to see for myself how did this food react with the body, within the body environment, when it's digested, before the digestion process, all that fun stuff, But that's great. So you're alkaline. So how long you been alkaline? Would you say you've been alkaline from this year?
Yeah, I would say basically in the middle of January.
The middle of January you became alkaline. Interesting. Okay, that's really good.
And we're here now in November, and I have a list of like 50 different things that health-wise, as not just physical health, by the way, mental
and spiritual. Okay.
Like, I don't do this for acknowledgement. I will tell that to you.
He doesn't do it for acknowledgement. Who you do it for?
I do it for myself.
He does it for himself.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care about the applaud. He
Nope.
doesn't care about, wow, you look good.
Nope.
Even though it's nice to hear it, he does it for himself because he understands that he loves himself when he wants the best for himself.
Absolutely.
That's powerful, brother.
Absolutely.
Powerful. So now you're alkaline vegan. Now, I'm gonna jump in. That was just a great dialogue. I loved it, man. I loved how you just told us a little bit about yourself like that, and how you have transformed or transfigured into a new being. You know what I'm trying to say? Even though you're still in the physical, mentally, spiritually, and physically, you look great, man. All pause, no diddy. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? You look like a well put man now. You know what I'm trying to say? Out in the public, man. You know?
Hey, it's only gonna get better.
It's only gonna get better because why? You love yourself, right?
Exactly. Gaining a little bit more weight. I'm trying to get
Now,
a brolic.
we're gonna talk about that just in a minute, right?
Yep.
Did you do any other substances or just that?
Like, what do you mean?
Besides weed or alcohol, did you do anything?
No. I've never done like any type of harder drug than that. I mean, I will say like, you go to festivals and you have like Adderall and type of stuff, but I never was addicted to it.
Okay.
It was kind of like a one and done thing, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Yep.
You good, brother? You know you better. I like that. You know what
I will say one thing: mushrooms, psychedelic.
Yeah.
I've tried it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You love it?
That's a thumbs up for them.
That
but
can,
that's
that,
just me.
can, that can be very effective to healing as well too. The same way how certain marijuana, if someone is sick mentally and they need to calm their nerves down, to not have anxiety, that natural marijuana, the natural psychedelic mushroom that the body's supposed to be consumed, that it has not been changed whatsoever. I vouch and I vouch for that. That's okay if that person is sick. Other than that, though, people should not be abusing it.
Everything in
Moderation. That's what I would say. And a lot of people might now, people are gonna say, well, I gotta have best of both worlds, meat and veganism then. But again, when it comes down to illness, you'll rarely see people talking about how veganism or vegans or alkalinity has caused me to have an illness or disease. You might have a you know how people fast and they have detox symptoms, right? That's not a disease, that's not an illness, that's a short-term, very minor condition for a day or two, So when it comes down to that, a lot of people are gonna be like, well, everything in moderation, so I gotta mix a little bit of the beef, but because it's the mindset. They can't understand that these foods actually cause that inflammation. My next question is that actually going into it, why do you think people dislike the concept or methods on veganism or alkalinity?
That's a good question. I think it just has a negative aspect in this society right now where meat is so conditioned and indoctrinated to people that if you stray away from that, they look at you kind of little, like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And
this guy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Lunatic.
And there are some vegans I admit they're a little, like, you know,
Lunatic.
like they're a little out there. This is coming from a place of love. But
Yeah.
They are a little out there, so I can understand where people come from in that sense, where it's like, why are you doing this? And it's like, to each their own, in my eyes. I'm doing this, you're doing this because it makes us feel better. My mom actually joined Pure Movement back in May. She was dealing with gallbladder issues. She's been in the program for 6 months now. She's getting the acknowledgement from her loved ones, from her peers, that she looks so much better. And she doesn't even care about that.
Now she does it for self-love.
She feels better. Exactly. It's for the self-love. So
Okay.
it's like, I'm extremely happy for her. Like, shout out to my mom. I love you so much.
Shout out to David's mom. You know, hey, his mom be ordering the food for me all the time, man. His mom loves my food, bro. I be having alkaline West African dishes, and she be ordering it over and over and over again.
Yep.
So, shout out to her too, cause she be supporting you with the food, man. Man, I can't wait to make the next batch for mom.
We will appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. Do you think they were poorly educated or misled?
Yes, I mean, like I said, it's there's a level. This society that we're in now, it's so indoctrinated. It's meant to keep us in a low vibrational state. So anything that is kind of like forbidden or hidden knowledge, you're gonna get shunned for it.
Right.
I feel like again, this is my perspective on it. Veganism has helped me, or being alkaline has helped me to the point where it's like I have goals in life now. There's love that I can share with everyone. There's nothing really negative that has come out of it. And life ebbs and flows. There's positives and negatives to everything. I'm not saying envelop yourself in all positive, because you do have to feel your negatives.
You have to
too.
have your lows.
Yeah.
You have to have your highs and lows.
Yeah, it's the duality of everything.
Right.
There's one side, there's another side.
Again, there's gonna be a notion. Well, if that's the case, then if meat's so bad, then I gotta have meat then, because meat's bad for me. So I gotta have the meat at this time. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the mindset. They can't get rid of it. I'm telling you, they're thinking of it right. Yo, I'm telling you, they're thinking of it right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're like, there has to be a way for me to eat meat
Yep.
and still enjoy meat and be healed. They don't understand. They gotta let it go.
They do, and it's so simple too, because there's a lot of ways when you're alkaline that there's like, I don't like the word substitute, but there's ways to get that same texture and feeling that you would from plants as you would from, you know, animal products.
We were just talking about this a little bit earlier. People will not eat the flesh, the animal flesh, because we say meat, but when you look at the word meat, it's really just food.
Yep.
So people will not eat the animal flesh without the herbs.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
probably Ethiopians,
Yeah.
right, or some type of other ethnicity. A lot of people, they're not going to season the food and say, "Oh, I can eat." A lot of people are not gonna not season the food and say, "Oh, I can eat this every day."
Yep.
A lot of people have to have their seasonings.
I mean, just look at I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, go on.
But it's just look at the way they make fun of like Caucasians.
Yeah.
You don't season your food enough. Why are you eating this chicken
Exactly.
this way? So it's like that mindset, like you said, you wouldn't be eating meat if it wasn't filled with herbs, filled with vegetables, filled with even sometimes fruit.
So you would say then they're still in the both worlds then.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
you know what I'm trying to say? So they have a little bit of veganism in them then,
Yes.
but they're not going to admit that.
They're not
right?
gonna admit that.
Okay,
They're not
okay.
gonna admit that. Like, think about it. How often do you like? I mean, there's a carnivore diet. Don't get me wrong. I've heard about that. To each their own. If it works
Right.
for you, it works for you.
Now I can go in on that one. You know, when it comes down to that carnivore diet, man, genetic wise, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
But for the sake for this interview, I won't talk about it because it's about you. It's not about genetics or anything. Well, the African barometer depends on the African genome,
Yeah.
right? That's where this works very effective. with the carnivore diet, I'll talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
But the carnivore diet, right? It works for certain people, specifically Caucasians, right? That's why you see majority of them that it works for are Caucasians. Never, I've never seen a melanated being or person say the carnivore diet has helped me with this illness or disease. And if anybody has a video of proof of that, please send it to me, and I would want to see that person, their before and after results. So that's just for me, for my educational purposes.
Yep.
But to each their own with the carnivore diet, right? If you feel as if the carnivore diet is best for you, right for you, hey, who am I to stop you? If it really helps you with your illness and disease, go ahead and do it. But I know for a fact it doesn't. But again, to each their own, right? So now, we were talking about the carnivore diet. What were you, continue, what was the last thing you said?
I think basically just the mindset people have towards veganism, being alkaline, is just, you have to, don't judge something until you try it.
Right.
You gotta just, if you haven't experienced it yet, maybe it's something that could be for you, maybe it's something that could better your life.
Now, this is also like, I feel as if that the protein stuff, that's where I get the question of like, how do you get your protein? And really, when it comes down to amino acid structures, y'all keep talking about the human body composition. There's a video going on Instagram, like, when it talks about the human body composition, we have to look at minerals, and we have to look at how certain animals and certain human beings and certain plants, they have different types of amino acid structures. The animals needing 3 or 4. Some human beings need 9, probably 10, depending on who you are. And then the plant kingdom has 22 amino acids. But they get their knowledge from Google.
No.
They're not even, like, you know what I'm trying to say? A lot
They're
of
not
them,
even thinking for themselves. They're just Googling whatever. Yeah, no.
not to come out there educational, but a lot of them probably skipped chemistry class.
A lot of them skip nutrition classes.
A lot of them skipped nutrition classes. A lot of them didn't take biology very seriously. But these are the same people who are gurus, supposedly, right? That they know so much about their health. Or maybe they were just getting information from someone else who doesn't know anything else, and they just regurgitate the information all the time, right? So if someone doesn't understand how amino acids work, really, it comes to my mind that they don't understand really how plants, they would never understand how plants and other substances can heal their body, illness and disease. So it's just like they need the information. They're ignorant, and not to disrespect anybody, but really, they're just misinformed, misled. Because I want you to understand this icing, this cake, this bread, this knowledge, this food for thought. This right here, this is what heals the body. I know that for a fact it will heal the body. I don't know if I will heal your body because it healed his body. I helped this brother out, I helped other people out as well too. So I'll leave that for that with the protein. Let me dive into the next question because we could talk for hours.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We could talk for days. Do you also think it's comfortability that not wanting to change their lifestyle, eating habits? Do you think that they're just comfortable eating that? I also think that too. I think a lot of people don't want to change.
No, it's to grow and become better, you're gonna experience discomfort,
right?
And that's just part of life. You have to, if you want to become a better person, if you want to elevate yourself, if you want to get to a goal that you're gonna reach, there's gonna be tough times.
Right.
That's just how life is. That's what makes you cherish you achieving that stature, that goal, whatever you're trying to work hard for. Because if it was easy, why would you even do it in the first place?
Right.
So, yes, it's. I can say for myself, I was comfortable. I was comfortable smoking every day. I was comfortable drinking every day. I was comfortable playing video games for 10 hours a day because it felt comfortable. But before you know it, you're going to be 40, 50 years old, and you're going to look back and like, damn, I just wasted my whole life. This gift that God gave us. And just like that. I think about it now. It's like, damn, 10 years ago, it's 2014. I blinked. It's like
time flies.
Time
right?
flies, and the older you get, the quicker it goes. So
Right.
you got to, like I said, cherish each and every moment. Work for those goals. Get out of your comfort zone.
And don't think because you're that age now that you can't change.
Absolutely not.
If you still have the breath, if you still have the ability to walk, to talk, to make an action, you can change now and be better.
Yep.
You can always stop and change for the better, for the sake of yourself. This is not only scientific with your health, but this is also biblical.
Yep.
You can always change up your bad habits. You know, I vouch, I want you to change, and I'm sure he wants you to change, because we saw the effects it changed for ourselves when we decided to love ourselves. You know, so yeah, man. Let me dial along to the next question. I know you're getting a little bit tired. You know?
No. We full of energy now. We full of energy.
Drink that juices over here. You know, I'm about to finish the last gulp. You know.
That is actually
Fuego.
super. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, man. These juices from APT Cuisine. Go ahead and get you a bottle now today.
Get like 5 of them.
Get 5 of them. Yo, help him out, man. He needs a help, bro. And honestly, you don't have to fast to drink these juices. You can drink these juices. That's like a regular juice, like you get it from the 7-Eleven, from the grocery store, from the bodega. You know, it's a juice that your body likes to drink.
Yep.
You know. Now, let's talk about the importance of fasting. How has fasting changed your life?
Fasting. Let's see. So damn. I have done many different fasts so far this year. I've done a fruit fast, I've done a juice fast, I've done a water fast. They've all had the impacts within my body, my mind, my spirit.
So you've done a fruit fast?
Yep.
A raw fruit fast, just eating raw fruits.
Yep.
And you've done a juice fast.
Juice fast as well.
And you've done a water fast.
Water fast as well.
Okay.
Yep. The juice fast was basically my initiation into this alkaline lifestyle. Just the way it is for me. And it was intense. Like I said, there was a little uncomfortable there. So the juice fast. It was intense. I had to get out of my comfort zone because it was from eating basically 2 weeks prior. I was in Canada at the beginning of this year and I was gorging out. I was eating chicken. I was eating all types of starchy foods.
Right.
I was drinking, these concentrated juices where there's no actual juices, and it's like wasn't drinking a lot of water, and the water I was drinking wasn't even good for me.
Right.
So going from that into a juice fast was like basically my initiation period into it, and then going basically on an 8-month journey on raw fruits was amazing. I mean, obviously I lost a lot of weight. There was a lot of people saying, people are judgmental, but at a certain point in time, the judgment didn't even mean anything to me because it's like I was doing it for myself. And then the final step of the healing process that Angel put me on was the water fast, 22 days. I have that actually on my YouTube. I have a day-by-day process of that.
What's your YouTube? So we show I'll give you a follow.
You'll probably put in the link, but it is I Am Dave.
I Am Dave.
Yeah, and you guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z? I know not everyone has. There's a picture of Goku and there's like a little butterfly on his nose. It's a dope. I like the energy because if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you know the type of person Goku can be, but he can be peaceful too. So
Yes.
The duality of it.
Yes. And that's not a justification of duality for you to eat stuff to compromise your body. Again, please love yourself.
Absolutely.
We're trying to tell you this. But I Am Dave on YouTube channel with the Goku picture. We're gonna link it down for the description.
I appreciate that.
Yes, go on, bro.
So the water fast, that was an intense process. It was 22 days. Angel wanted me to do 21. Somehow, some way, I got to 22. When he first told me that it was going to be a 21-day water fast, I was anxious. I was afraid because I was like, I had never done something so extreme. I had tried to do my own types of water fast prior, like I would say September of 2023, so about a little over a year ago. I failed all. I did 3 of them and I failed all 3. I never hit 60 hours. So something that was basically 7 times that amount, I had a little PTSD from my experiences because none of them ended well. So I was a little like anxious about it. I talked to him, I had a conversation with him. He basically gave me the information, gave me the guidance, gave me the knowledge, and
the reassurance.
The reassurance, as a mentor would, as you have done for me as well.
Of course, man.
So he basically calmed me down, and those just taking it day by day helped out a lot. There were some days that were great. I had to me it's a little insane. I had more energy those days on the water fast than I have had almost at any point in my life.
Interesting. So you're telling me natural spring water, you had more energy on the fast of natural spring water with lime, right?
Yeah, with lime, distilled water was here and there, and then Angel said that I could have coconut water. I didn't go extreme with that, but I did.
So coconut water with water and lime at times. And distilled water. You felt more energy when you had more water in your body.
Absolutely. I was going to sleep. I was going to sleep probably like 1, 2 a.m. and then because I'm more of a night person, but then I was waking up at 6 or 7, 8 a.m. and I felt energized, and I was like, I guess I'm not going back to sleep. now where I'm more on a more cooked alkaline and diet, I do tend to sleep a little bit more, but it makes sense because your body is using energy to digest.
Right.
So, but I was astounded from the fact that I had more energy on a water fast some days. Some days weren't great though. Some days I was like on the verge of quitting. I was gonna text or call.
So you had the thoughts to stop. You had the thoughts.
Absolutely.
You had the temptation to really just be like, no, I can't keep doing this. I don't want to keep doing this. You were just tempted to just stop that fast, but you kept going. You kept pursuing. You kept pushing. Because you understand the goal.
Absolutely.
Right. So you decided like, no matter what, I'm gonna keep fasting.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep doing this, not for them, but for myself. That's what I love. That's what I love about that, because you have the determination, the willpower to keep going. So, brother, that's very powerful. Not a lot of people can do that. Having that willpower, man, it's also a gift.
Absolutely.
A lot of people can't say no. A lot of people can't do what we are doing, and that's why I actually want to start up a group. Have you be in it and really have a group of us just mentally just pushing each other to keep fasting, to keep going, to doing the fast with them.
Absolutely.
And broadcasting to the people, because again, this is what heals us. Fast is not the food, it's not the books. It's really just the application of fasting. If people just are able to do it, man, they'll be able, even if it's just a small step a day.
Oh yeah.
2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I'm not trying to say, hey, go cold. If you have the willpower to go cold turkey 7, 14 days, go ahead, man.
Go for it.
But
that's not
for sure, intermittent fasting is something too. I'm trying to say, eating once a day. Just a stepping stone to the next step. Instead of 3 meals a day, 2 meals per day.
Even something like that.
Just progression. That's all we just vouch and advocate for. What conditions were you experiencing? You already talked about the conditions around a little bit, right?
I didn't go in depth, but yes.
So what conditions were you experiencing?
So basically, like the what I mentioned before with the neurological, basically damage I did to my body from drinking. I had points in time last year where my feet were falling asleep at work or whenever I was driving. So even driving, I sometimes wouldn't wear my shoes. I would just be socks.
Wow.
Because my feet were falling asleep. At a point in time when I was in New Year's in Canada, my arms were falling asleep while I was sleeping, so I was getting no sleep over there because my arms were I would wake up and my arms were numb. Like my body was like, what there was like different types of weird pains I would have on my body. Like there was sharp pains behind my eyes, there were sharp pains on my neck, there was heart palpitations where I feel like I would skip a beat. Even something as, I'll be vulnerable here, but like erectile dysfunction.
Shit. Hey, ED is no joke, man. A lot of You know how many people be asking me like, yo, can this fix can this get my shit my shit stronger? And they'd be so some of them be so shameful, and some of them like be desire need for help.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this same exact thing, man. Listen, if you really your inner organs, all you have to do is just fast. And when you fast or when you drink these juices and it gets it up, don't go back eating the same exact food that clogs you up.
Yeah.
Because what's going on with ED is that it's filled with mucus. And what you gotta do is drain it all out.
Yep.
You gotta unclog it and drain it from all parts of your body. That's how it gets up. Now go on. Sorry, I keep cutting you.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. You're putting your
I have to because a lot of people come to me, and I have small ginger drinks that I sell now for $5, and a lot of people go, okay, let's get it up. Can it? It does. No. But if you're drinking alcohol, if you're eating bread, especially smoking weed, obviously it's not gonna be up because there's just blood flow towards the penis to cause it to go up.
It's all circulation.
All circulation, and it's a muscle too, so you have to work that muscle out. A lot of people don't have that knowledge, and a lot of people might think, what are these brothers talking about now? It's really just information to help you, because at the end of the day, this is a mature conversation to help people who suffer from this illness and disease.
Because I know there's people out there that are suffering from that. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to talk about. I understand that.
But you get to a point where you see improvement, and it's like, oh shit, this shit works.
This shit really works. It sure really works. Yeah. And so go on.
There was just a multitude of different things. I had alopecia on the side of my lip, and I had alopecia on the back of my head. My barber, himself too, Mark.
Man. Shout out to Mark.
Shout out, yo.
Shout out to Uppercuts Barber from 978. Shout out to Jose. Them brothers, yo, they support me every week.
Absolutely.
Every single week. Yo, Mark supports me.
Yep.
Yo, he even got his girl to purchase a huge juice package earlier in the springtime. That was like the very first time I was able to sell a package of juice just like that.
That's how I met you, through Mark.
Yes. Mark shouted me out on his story, and he tagged me, and it was jollof quinoa that he had that day, and a lot of people swiped up, yo, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
And he put my information out there. So shout out to that brother, man. One of the best barbers in 978 Lowell, Massachusetts, Mill City.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I've been knowing Jose and Mark, both of y'all. I have humongous love for y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. Been cutting me since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You remember me?
Yeah.
But
He be giving you the confidence. Shout out to Mark, man.
Shout out to them, man. So alopecia, huh?
Yeah, alopecia on the lip and the back of the head. I'm trying to go through like all different things. I mean, my vision has improved. I'm wearing contacts right now. I usually wear glasses, but I'm to the point where it's like I'll go on walks and like I can take my glasses off and I like.
So this has even improved your vision
absolutely.
too.
Like
I've seen it improve in my vision as well too. I be lowering my prescription nowadays. So because I realized that I can see farther and farther as I'm transitioning. Sooner or later, I'm just.
You're not even gonna be wearing glasses.
I'm not gonna be wearing glasses, so that's power right there.
Power. There was, let's say, I'm trying to think. I'm basically going body part by body part, just trying to figure it out. Like I said, the arms, legs, that bowel movements. I was constipated before. I didn't realize I was constipated, but I was. If you look at, basically, your body has so many different signs that it could show you that you're unhealthy. Your bowel movements can show a lot. I didn't realize I was extremely constipated at that point in time. When I went to Angel, when I spoken to you, Emil, that you basically both have said is like, no, you should be having, if not one, multiple bowel movements a day. Because that's basically the body getting rid of waste. Like you said before, the sweating. I was not a great sweater before, and my kidneys were blocked off. My pee wasn't coming out the way it was supposed to. So my body wasn't getting rid of stuff the right way. So guess where it goes? If it's not coming out, it goes back in. So now it's making things worse and worse and worse. So my bowel movements have improved. going to the bathroom, urination has improved, sweating has improved. I use the sauna at Pure Movement all the time. I jump rope like you advised me to try to get,
jump rope and helping out.
the lymphatic system to try to drain that out.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of like other body parts. There's more probably, like I said, I have a list of 40 or 50 different things that have improved in the past year, but off the top of my head, those have been some of the biggest ones so far.
Wow, that's power right there, man. That's a man who's dedicated on healing himself. In terms of, you already know why you wanted to fast, because you saw what happened in your previous life and you decided to now want to do better for yourself. And you decided to go on fasting, different methods of fasting. And so we understand why you did it. Now, in terms of like days, because a lot of people always get tripped out about the days of fasting. A lot of people say that I can't do that many days in fasting.
You can.
Because you did it.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
you can always do that. So the question is, how many days did you fast? And also, the days within juicing, raw, the days within water fasting, and all in total, how many days was it?
So from January 22nd, 2024 of this year.
January 22nd from 2024 from this year.
Yeah, all the way up till I think it was October 29th.
October 29th, okay.
So about, what is that? That's about 9 months.
9 months of what? Fasting. Fasting totality. That's the amount of days he fasted. 9 months.
9 months.
9 months.
30 days of juice, 8 months of fruits, and then 22 days of a water fast.
So let me get this straight. 30 days of juice fasting. Straight up juice fasting, right? Now, did you have any raw fruits or anything like that here and there? Or just 30 days straight juice.
Yep.
And then how many days raw? How many months raw?
8 months raw.
He went 8 months raw. So raw fruits and raw vegetables. Not the raw that you're probably thinking about. I'm talking about the raw fruits and the raw vegetables, right?
Not even the vegetable. It was just raw fruits.
Raw fruits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was having 8 months of raw fruits, right? And then how many days of water?
22.
22 days of water. Straight water with lime, distilled water, and coconut water. 8 months in totality. Now, is that the only, okay, have you had any other fasting methods? Have you tried dry fasting or?
Eventually I will.
Okay, so you haven't dry fasted yet
No,
before.
not yet.
See, there's some people that be like, oh, if he hasn't dry fasted, it doesn't really matter. But a lot of people don't understand the concept or methodologies into fasting. Some people
There's
just,
levels to
there's
it.
levels, there's an extreme measure.
Yeah.
There's extremes into fasting. You know, if someone can go ahead and do a 10-day dry fast, go ahead.
Yeah.
Who am I? Like, go ahead and do it if you think you can do that. But I wouldn't recommend you to do it.
Yep.
I would tell you to first start off with raw fruits.
Yep.
Then wing your way into it. Water fasting is the second extreme fast and either 22 days. You understand that? So sooner or later you're gonna do dry fasting.
Absolutely. Within the next year.
Within the next year you're gonna do dry fasting, right? Right now we're in November 7th, 18th.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah, somewhere around there, right? So by next year, probably have you on another video to see how you're doing, to see how you're going, to see if you dry fasted at all,
Mm-hmm.
So most definitely, that's wonderful.
I will definitely be doing a 40-day fast by the next video.
40-day fast. Now would it be
Water fast.
water fasting? 40 days.
Yep.
Water fasting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we will love to see you from that, brother. So I can't wait for that. Now, which fast? I know you said it before earlier, but which fasting method was most effective for you?
Water, hands down.
The water fasting.
Hands down.
Okay, so not the juice fasting.
They all had their merits.
They all had their minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but the water fasting.
Was the most intense, and I felt the most healing.
Okay.
For sure.
The water fast was the most intense and the most healing for sure for you. Interesting. Okay.
But nothing against the juice fast and nothing against the fruit fast, because both of those had their merits and they had their pluses too. But that 22-day water fast, because it's so intense on the body, but at the same time, the body's healing. So is it intense, or is it just your body's taking back control? You're giving you're trusting your body.
The aggressive, it's the aggressiveness that comes with that.
Absolutely.
You know, so when your body recognizes that, okay, bet I can really go to work. It takes control now. Like, okay, let me do what I have to do in order to.
Day five. That's when I started feeling. Even probably day 3, but day 5, from day 5 until day 22, I was like, okay, here we go. Like, this is you feel it.
You feel it.
Yeah, you feel it.
You feel all the desires to eat, to drink, juices, try to, all types of temptations. Like,
absolutely.
A fruit won't hurt me. You know what I'm trying to say? A juice won't hurt me. I'll be alright with a juice. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, nah, I gotta just stick plainly with the water. Oh, let me ask. Do you drink herbal teas as well too?
Oh yeah, yes I did. Angel I've been drinking herbal teas the whole entire 10 months now with Angel. Angel makes us based on you as an individual, not like a general statement.
Right.
But he makes teas based off your genetic structure. And everything. He has a whole entire way of doing it. I'm no expert on it, so I can't be like, oh, he does this. Like, that's information that I'm not informed about.
Right.
So he would know if you're ever interested in that.
Right.
But yes, I do drink herbal teas every single day in the morning. Every single day in the morning.
Every single day. So, as you're fasting, you're also drinking herbal teas.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, do you think it's vital to have herbal teas with your fasting as well too?
For me, yes.
Okay. For me,
yeah. I would. I mean, my general, yes, it would be.
Okay.
Is it mandatory? No, but is it gonna help you? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree to that. There's a lot of people say if you don't have your herbal tea, your fasting will be ineffective. I would say it will be effective if you do have your herbal teas, but it would help you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think if you don't have herbal teas, it won't heal you, or it won't heal some part of you.
Oh yeah.
I would say like fasting, abstaining from it will help you. The herbal teas are just like
It's another tool.
It's another tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that strong soap to get that body to grime out your body. That's how I kind of look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just keep applying water, eventually, so hopefully, I know for a fact, it will go away.
Yep.
Now, how do you feel now, physically, mentally, spiritually? Are you doing all right, baby? Are you doing all right, bro?
Yeah.
All right, good. So physicality-wise, how do you feel?
Physicality, I mean, I have lost weight and everything, but in an overall sense, I feel 1,000 times better. Like, I wake up every single day and I'm like, we can do this. It's like, before I was in a constant state of anxiety and fear because my body just wasn't responding the way I wanted it to, and that was because of bad habits that I gave, that I was enveloped in. And now I'll put it like this. I've been working out the last 2 weeks ever since I stopped the water fast.
Put in games back in the body.
Back in, boxing, weightlifting, cardio, abs, all that, the whole package.
Okay.
So, you know how you feel, especially when you come back from not working out for a little bit of time, and that soreness that lasts for days. I have not experienced that at all.
Wow. So no body aches, no soreness.
Just soreness, but it's like that soreness that feels good. It's like it's not that detrimental where it's like, damn, I can't even walk down the stairs right now because it hurts. But no, it's like the body's craving more of that.
Wow.
That's the way I feel. Like, it's like, okay, it's like it wants to keep going. It's not.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very eye-opening. I'm very grateful that the body's responding in that manner, because it's never responded in that manner before. Every single time, it's like, especially if I take a long period of time off, the body's like, what the hell are we doing? Like, you can't. Not that you can't, but you shouldn't be doing this. This is too much. And it's like, now it's like, no, let's keep going.
I can take it.
Yeah, I can take this.
Pause. You gotta say it.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's awesome. So now mentally, how do you feel?
Mentally is night and day difference. I mean, my loved ones have seen it firsthand. My close friends have seen it firsthand. One of my best friends, basically my mentor in boxing, he's like, I never thought you'd be up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. He has seen that, and he's like, he's extremely happy for me. He says, like, I never thought the day I would see you in the gym at 5 a.m. I never thought the day I would see myself in the gym at 5 a.m. So it's not only like goals I have for myself, but even like reading. I was never a person to read books, and now I've read since March. I've read, I think, like 16 or 17 books. So it's like there's knowledge within books. I'm achieving goals financially. I'm achieving goals like spiritually. Like there's so many different things mentally that I'm doing now that I've never done before. I'm meditating, gratitude every single day. I wake up thankful for God, thankful for my ancestors, thankful for it all. It's just this, when you live with you mentally, I'm in a more grateful state of mind. I'm more happy. I'm more joyful. I'm trying this longevity there. It's just mentally, I think it's the night and day difference.
Mentally you're stable, and
Yep.
mentally you're full of joy.
Yep. My higher vibration.
Higher vibration, you know, and that's what I kind of get from that. I feel as if you're eager to chase after them more.
Yep.
And you're not able to become your higher self because now you put your body into an environment to become your better higher self. So every aspect in your life just rev up, and that just makes you happy because you just done the work, man.
Yep.
So that makes me happy seeing you happy, you know. I applaud you again for that, brother. Now, spiritually,
Thank you.
spiritually, do you feel as if now you're more in tune with your higher vibration self?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't one at that point in time. I was well, you don't believe in God. I can't.
Atheist.
I was an atheist at one point
Okay.
in my life.
Now he was an atheist. Now go on.
Now again, I apologize if I offended anyone at the beginning of this video for not thanking God. I should have. But in my own way, I do thank God every single day.
Okay.
Multiple-
Hey, no problem. You
Yeah.
don't gotta apologize. You feel me? This is for you. You feel me? Like you don't gotta apologize. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they understand what you. The people that have the sense, they understand what you meant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You don't have to really be out in public to say, "Hey, I thank God." To,
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? People that see you, they know that you thank God because you show love to you. You put the work in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's not about talk. You
Yeah,
actually do
it's
the
the
work.
action.
It's the action. You,
Yeah.
and people see that. You know. So we see you, bro. We see you. We see you. I bet.
Yeah.
You're doing well, bro. I'm happy for that.
Thank you.
I know you gotta go soon, so I'm trying to speed it up real quick.
Thank you.
Now, how have I, Emil, helped you along your journey on better wellness? How have I impacted you?
You've shown me so many different ways that I wasn't aware of when it comes to health. Your juice. I mean, when I first met you, we had like a 3-hour conversation right after picking up the juices. It was.
Yeah, I do talk a lot.
Hey, I do too. I can yap with the right people.
You really?
I can yap with the right people. But you've helped me see things in a different manner because it's good to have different type of perspectives when it comes to health, when it comes to an alkaline lifestyle. Like I had Angel as basically an in-person mentor that I had, but then you came along in June. I think it was June that we first met, and you gave me a different perspective and way of thinking when it came to alcohol.
And I wanted to not disrespect anybody, but provide.
No, it's not disrespect.
You know,
It's not
because a
disrespect.
lot of people like.
We're all different.
Yeah,
We're all different.
you
So
know.
there's different perspectives. There's different
You know,
ways
so
of
I
thinking.
didn't want to offend
No.
anybody, but I have found that my methodologies that I learned was very effective, if not better than most healers or so-called healers.
Mhm.
You know, so I wanted to just share that, and I wanted to do that in a way to not offend anybody. You know, so again, you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if the shoe does fit, you know what I'm trying to say? It was not my intention to hurt you. You know, I'm just here for truth.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, I'm here to provide people with the truth,
Yep.
and that's that. You know, so
Like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you
but you
can't
can't force a horse to drink the water.
That applies to all of us. You can give information, the most valuable information, people, but if they're tone deaf to it, they don't see it.
You don't see it, you know, and this not only goes for the people that eat meat or drink milk. There's even some vegans
Yeah.
There are certain vegetables and certain fruits, pineapple, for example, broccoli, celery, for example, carrots, radish, cabbage, corn, hell yeah, corn, beets. These foods that I'm talking about and many more, they cause an acidic environment to the body. And I've seen that. I've seen it, I've experienced it myself. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. So a lot of people may not agree with me. A lot of people might be like, well, I'm still gonna do whatever I gotta do. And hey, that's right. You have your free will.
Yep.
But if you want to heal, if you truly want to heal, man, you have to put away stuff that's going to harm the body. That's all there is, man. That's the truth about it, man.
I'll say one thing.
Go ahead.
You gotta, what do you love more? The substance that you're eating or the substance you're ingesting? Or do you love more yourself? I got that from Angel. Shout out to Angel. You gotta figure out what you love more. Do you love more yourself or do you love the substance that is not potentially, but most of the time harming you? Which one do you love more?
Right.
That's what it's.
Right. Do you love the food more or do you love yourself more?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to put yourself in a fasting state for the sake of yourself because the food is compromised? Or are you going to say it's food? And even the definition of food is funny too, because food in a nutshell is where you ingest something to burn it off or to make nutrition or to make yourself grow.
Yep.
So if the food if the thing that you call food doesn't burn or doesn't make you grow, it just stays in your belly. Is it really food?
Nope.
Or is it poison? So again, that's powerful right there, brother. That's great. That's real great. So I've impacted you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I did.
Absolutely.
How do you think I can further help and aid you to healing? And how do you think I may be able to help others?
Further help me, shoot, just being here right now is furthering helping me.
Being present in the moment. Yeah.
Just being around you further helps because there's just different ideas, different conversations, different everything.
Mm-hmm.
And to further promote it to other people, I would just say is like, do what you do with me, And the thing is like, be honest. Try to get more out there, I would say. But I think you're doing a great job.
So the question is more so like,
My fault.
it's like, how do you think I can be helpful to others? Like, how do you think my methods can be helpful to others? Like, how do you think I can impact their lives the same way I impacted your life?
Trying to see it, because you're gonna edit this out.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I believe it in there. It's natural. It's all things.
So the same way you helped and healed me, how can you do that for others? Basically, take the same approach you took with me.
Take the same approach?
Yeah, take the same approach you took with me, because I don't see any wrong with it. Yeah, you were honest, you were genuine, you said it like how it was, and a lot of people sometimes don't like that, but that's the way you should do it.
Right.
So, just basically follow what you did with me, or to each. I mean, obviously, the next person you meet might be different than the person you met before that. Each person's different, so it's like try to analyze what they need help with. Did I answer that?
Yeah, you answered that perfectly,
Okay.
brother. You answered that.
Sorry if I was like a little confused with
No,
that one.
You're good. What phase are you at right now in your life? Now that you have completed. Let's talk about your tumor. What's the phase right now with that?
It's gone down considerably in size. It's not completely gone, but it fluctuates in size.
Okay.
But I feel like it's getting a lot better. I think my decision I'm gonna make is come January, basically the year after, I'm gonna try to get another MRI with my doctor, see where things are at. And I think there's going to be an improvement by that point in time. No, I think it will be an improvement. Yeah, put that energy out to the universe. But I think we're at a phase now where it's like I'm not worried or anxious about it like I was prior. So, and it's gone down considerably. The size of it has gone down considerably, and I'm in a good place. Yeah, I'm in a good
I'm glad
place.
you're in a good place, brother. Now that you have completed that goal or goal that you made it become smaller, you know, the next step is to now get that MRI checked, put some muscle back. Do you think that's appropriate? Do you want to put muscle back right now? Or are you going to be like this? Are you going to eat and then have periods too fast?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna there's gonna be the ebbs and flows, just like life in
Okay, so you're
general.
gonna keep fasting even though you've completed the goal.
Not at this very current point in time.
Not
right now.
not right now,
Yeah.
but in the future.
Oh, in the future, absolutely. In the
Okay.
future, absolutely. I will. I like I said, in the next 365 days. Well, actually, I'm planning sometime in September, but there will be a 40-day fast around that time. Next
Wonderful.
September. And
You done good, man.
I appreciate
You done
that.
good, bro. You done real good, man. Go on.
Every 3 months, I feel like I'm gonna try to do like a 5 to 7 day water fast, and within the next 6 months, I want to try to do a certain amount of dry fast. Probably talk to you, and I'll probably talk to Angel to see how long I should do it. But I definitely want to try to do, obviously, in every 3 months for sure. I want to do at least a 5-day fast, just to, because I'd see the impact the 5-day fast already had on my body.
Mhm.
I want to try to do at least a 5 to 7 again every couple months, just to like put the body back in.
Into motion.
Yeah, put the body back into motion.
Look at
Give
it.
that love back to
Yeah,
it.
you get that a little bit, you
Yeah.
know? Awesome, brother. Now, I get this question all the time. And myself, I'm tired of answering it, so I'll ask you for the sake of our audience. Can you build muscle and strength as a person who eats alkaline food? Have you seen that with others? And do you see that with yourself? Do you see yourself getting strong and building muscle? You know, that's the
Absolutely.
question.
Absolutely. I mean, back in August of this year, I got a little impatient. I was trying to start to build muscle, and a couple close friends at Pure Movement noticed it was like they were like, "Damn, you're starting to build a little bit." I wasn't even supposed to be building. I just got impatient.
Interesting. So this was like during the time you were doing raw, right?
Yeah, raw, and it was basically supposed
Raw
to.
fruits.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was building muscle off that point.
Mm.
And it was noticeable to other people. I wasn't doing anything for other people, but people were starting to notice it. But at that point in time, I was still supposed to be healing, so I toned it down a little bit. But as of right now, I'm trying to build muscle, just being plant-based, alkaline, vegan, whichever label you want to put on it. But yes, absolutely. From many people I've seen, you, Angel, other people at Pure Movement, I've seen them build muscle while eating an alkaline diet. So yes, it's absolutely possible. Like you said, the amino acids of protein, you can find a basically complete set in plants from different plants.
Right.
So
A lot of people will say, well, you need all different types of plants just so you can get your complete 9. But little do they know, there are certain plants that already have the 9, but they're not going to tell you that.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, again, everybody gonna have their opinion on that, but yes, you can build meat. You can build. Excuse me. I think something caught in my throat real quick. You can definitely build muscle as an alkaline person. Now I'm gonna be a testimonial to that, and he's gonna be a testimonial to that. Me, I already have muscle. Probably see me a little bit brolic over here, you know everything. I'm 185. I fluctuate between 185, 190. That's like I'm 5'9", you know, so you can already tell that, like, okay, this brother's kind of up in size for his height, you know. So within the months, I'm going to be videoing myself and posting on Instagram, like, hey, this is my body right now. This is where I'm at. This is how much muscle I have, you know. And I'm sure you're gonna be doing the same too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, most definitely gonna keep y'all in tune and check. Now, last question. What do you think about my food, man?
Oh, it's fire. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I've been dabbling in different people's foods, but yours was the first one I ordered, so that was what I was looking forward to the most. The food is absolutely delicious. When I posted it on my story, I had like 10, I think it was like 10 to 20 people like that story, asked me about it. People at Pure Movement have asked me about it. People outside, people at work, everyone has asked me about the food. And I give them the same response, 11 out of 10. Try it for yourself.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, shout out to those people who are in my man's story and everything, you know? Like, get at me, I got y'all, you know? A lot of people vouch and say my food is one of the best foods on the planet, and they feel real good. You know?
Absolutely.
They feel empowered. So I am definitely going to be making food But I do want people to understand that my business and what I'm doing right now is to help heal the body and provide alternatives and healing to the people. And I want to say that it's not about the food again. It's about fasting, detoxing your body, drinking the herbal teas, drinking the coconut water. You know, even reading, getting away from certain environments.
Absolutely.
Faster from all the toxicity, the negativity.
Not just food, just people too.
Not food, not only food. It's the influence, the bad influence, the concept of negativity, the concept of bad things,
Bad energy,
bad flow. You want to release it from your life. You want to stay away from it because it doesn't serve your higher self.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, man, that's that. You know, I'm glad to have David Mitchell here. You know, someone who not only inspires me to keep going and helping others, but he also has inspired many others, I believe, in my eyes, to keep going, to keep fasting, and it's very wonderful to have you on this. You know,
Thank you for having me.
follow him at what's your Instagram tag?
D_Mitchell.
Follow him at D_Mitchell. And then follow me on Instagram at APT Cuisines. This is my very first YouTube video on APT Cuisines on the YouTube account. So I'm glad to have you on it too as well.
Thank you. It's
an
honor. It's an honor.
Of course, man. I have to, man. You know. But yeah, be sure to follow his Instagram page. And yeah, family, stay safe, stay blessed. Stay healthy. Fast. No matter what illness it is, fast and you'll be just fine.
Yep.
All right, man. Thank you again.